तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्।
गणनाथा 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 मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
मूषिकवाहन जय गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
गणनाथा गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
सिद्धिविनायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
बुद्धिप्रदायक गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
जगदोद्धारा जय गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
शरणं शरणं गणनाथा
गणनाथा
ओ बाबा साई बाबा बाबा साई बाबा ओ बाबा साई बाबा बाबा साई बाबा दीनों के दुख हरते 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 बाबा ओ बाबा साई बाबा साई बाबा राम ही बाबा कृष्ण ही बाबा राम ही बाबा कृष्ण ही बाबा राम ही बाबा कृष्ण ही बाबा कृष्ण ही बाबा नरदेही नारायण बाबा नरदेही नारायण बाबा नरदेही नारायण बाबा नरदेही नारायण बाबा ओ बाबा साई बाबा साई बाबा दीनों के दुख हरते बाबा दीनों के दुख हरते बाबा ओ
स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
नारायण हरि ओम
नारायण हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
यादवाय माधवाय गोविन्दाय नमः
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
परमात्मा रूपाय हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
हरि ओम हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
सत्य साईश्वराय हरि ओम
प्रणव स्वरूपा हरि ओम साई
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं प्रातस्मरणं श्री चरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
साईश चरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
ब्रह्मानन्द प्रदायक चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
शरणं शरणं साईश चरणं
प्रातस्मरणं श्रीगुरुचरणम् भगवान भगवान पतित पावन राम
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 दया करो दया करो दया करो भगवान
दया करो दया करो दया करो भगवान
भगवान पतित पावन राम।
भगवान भगवान पतित पावन राम।
दया करो दया करो दया करो भगवान।
दया करो दया करो दया करो भगवान।
साई पतित पावन राम।
साई पतित पावन राम।
दीन दयालु परम कृपालु।
दीन दयालु परम कृपालु।
रक्षा करो भगवान।
रक्षा करो भगवान।
साई कृपा करो भगवान।
साई कृपा करो भगवान।
भगवान भगवान पतित पावन राम।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
अल्लाह भी तुम हो मौला भी तुम हो।
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 सौराष्ट्र महावीर यीशु 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 भी तुम हो।
राम रहीम हो कृष्ण करीम 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 हो।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
साई ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेशा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
अल्लाह भी तुम हो मौला भी तुम हो।
अल्लाह भी तुम हो मौला भी तुम हो।
सौराष्ट्र महावीर यीशु भी तुम हो।
सौराष्ट्र महावीर यीशु भी तुम हो।
राम रहीम हो कृष्ण करीम 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 हो।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा।
प्रतिवासा।
श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रतिवासा। श्री गुरु प्रति
मंदिर में तुम राम हो साई,
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 मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
गुरुद्वारे में तुम गुरु नानक,
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 मन मंदिर में साई साई,
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 बोलो राम एक ही नाम,
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 सब मिल बोलो साई राम,
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 मंदिर में तुम राम हो साई,
मंदिर में तुम राम हो साई,
मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
मस्जिद में नूर मोहम्मद,
गुरुद्वारे में तुम गुरु नानक,
गुरुद्वारे में तुम गुरु नानक,
मन मंदिर में साई साई,
मन मंदिर में साई साई,
बोलो राम एक ही नाम,
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 सब मिल बोलो साई राम,
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 मंदिर में तुम राम हो साई। जय गुरु साई राम,
जय गुरु साई राम,
जय गुरु साई राम,
जय गुरु साई राम,
जगत गुरु सत्य 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 साई राम,
जय गुरु साई राम,
जय गुरु साई राम,
ब्रह्म विष्णु शिव 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 साई राम,
पर ब्रह्म रूप 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 साई राम,
माता पिता गुरु साई राम,
माता
Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram.
Brahma Vishnu Shiva Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram.
Parabrahma Rupa Sai Ram.
Mata Pita Guru Sai Ram.
Mata Pita Guru Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jagadguru Sathya Sai Ram.
Jaya Guru Sai Ram.
How do you think human values and education and human values can be used to fight corruption, which appears to be a big problem in many places in the world?
Yes, first of all, I see two types of corruption.
Two types.
The first is material corruption, where people are corrupted, where they are paid money to do things, where they siphon monies that are meant for the poor. They use that money for their own advantage. Material corruption. But to me, there is another kind of corruption. That is this corruption of the spirit of man. And I'll give examples of this one in particular in relation to Africa, for example. I think material corruption, we all know that this goes on. It is a global phenomenon. It is global. And it's difficult to get rid of. But if we have the right leaders will go a long way in ensuring that material corruption is reduced, if not eliminated. It all boils down on leadership at all levels, not just political levels, family level, home level, workplace level, etc. But the corruption to me that is more dangerous is the corruption of the spirit.
Does the corruption of the spirit in any way promote corruption, material corruption?
Yes, corruption of the spirit can promote material corruption.
Okay, what do you mean by corruption of spirit? You are going to give an example.
Yes, I'm going to give an example. I think corruption of the spirit is more dangerous than material, than taking $1 million, for example. Corruption of the spirit where you make people feel and believe that they are inferior because of your power, because of your wealth, because of your intelligence, etc. You make people feel they are inferior. You alienate them from their culture. You make people feel that if they don't do as you do, if they don't imitate you, they are not good. Like Macaulay's Minute. You remember Macaulay's Minute in India, for example? That was the worst kind of corruption, but where he did not succeed, where he wanted Indians to be, I think to think like English people, etc., but to behave like Indians, but to think like English people. Now, for us, when you turn the minds of people from their way of life, from their culture, you make them turn away from their culture. You make them believe that what they are doing is wrong. Like, for example, the missionaries did in Africa, going to the British Museum and reading some of their writings where they said that the African had no conception of God, that the African worshipped wood and stone, whereas they were not worshipping wood and stone. The wood or the stone was just a channel, a means to reach God. And so therefore they call them pagans. They call the African pagans, to the extent that the Africans abandoned all their ways of thinking and began to follow them. I became a Catholic, and I was surprised to find myself falling and kneeling before the statue of Mary, for example, reciting the rosary, worshiping the dead, because the saints, who are the saints? The saints are dead people, you see. But I am told to worship them, to revere them, to honor them. There are All Saints' days. But I'm told to forget my dead ancestors. That to me is a classic example of corrupting the minds of the people, corrupting their spirits, and turning them away from what they are, from what they should be, and letting them follow just what you are doing.
This is cultural aggrandizement.
Cultural alienation, and which is one of the biggest problems in Africa today.
In what way?
Well, for example, people turn away from their cultures, from their ways of doing things. For example, we never had street kids in Africa. A child belongs to the community. If the father died or the mother died or both parents died, somebody in the community will take that child. But today, well, what happens? The mother dies, the father dies, the child belongs to the couple, not to the community.
So old age
people. There were no homes for old people in Africa. Old people were looked after by their children. But today, people in Africa are following Western examples of putting old people into homes. I personally feel that kind of corruption, where you corrupt the minds of the people, really is far more dangerous than material corruption.
So if I can paraphrase you, what you're saying is there is a disruption of society caused by material corruption.
Yes.
Because society gets degraded.
Yes.
It gets equally degraded when values are eroded.
When values are eroded.
Cultural values are eroded.
Yeah.
And this is more harmful than even material corruption.
Than material corruption, yeah.
So, can human values fight both these problems?
Yes, human values can fight both these
Do
problems.
people recognize the need for this?
People are beginning to recognize the need for this. The human values program, it's not an instant coffee thing.
That's true.
I mean, it's going to take time.
Yes.
But, we are sowing the seeds. And like Swami says, Krishna says, all the great masters say, you do your duty and leave the results to him. So our job really is to spread this message.
How exactly are you spreading the message?
Well, for example, human values across the school curriculum. Let us say the school curriculum, for example. Mm-hmm. But before going to the school curriculum, I want to go back a little and point out to a very fundamental truth, that God, the Creator, is everywhere, and therefore in everything. And that the characteristics of God are what we call values. In other words, to me, human values are the characteristics of God in the human condition. Bertrand Russell, in his book in 1927, that controversial philosopher, said that there is proto-consciousness in everything. Proto-consciousness in everything. In other words, the supreme consciousness that is responsible for creation is in everything.
I thought he was an atheist.
But he said this,
That's Vedanta.
That is Vedanta, of course, yes. But he did say this. It is in writing. Supreme consciousness is in everything. Now, if the supreme consciousness is in everything, God is in everything, it means that values are in everything, including the school curriculum. How do we do it? We use what Bhagwan says, elicit the value. We say that values are within us, but values are also in everything, including the very subjects we teach. We are not trying to contrive, to create values where there are no values. But take, for example, in this school curriculum, each subject and each topic, we treat it in the academics way so that the subject content is understood for examination purposes. But we also see that in that subject content, there are values that are inherent within it that can be drawn out and applied to the lives of the children, the lives that they are going to live. Take, for example, language, the very English language that we are speaking, the alphabets, A to Z, 26 of them. Each alphabet, of course, can stand on its own, but for it to be more meaningful, it has to be associated with other alphabets coming together. This is how words are formed, by putting letters together. A word by itself gives meaning, but it will give a broader meaning if it is associated with other words. That is, sentences are formed and paragraphs are formed. And you see, what do you see there? You see togetherness, you see cooperation, you see unity, and all these things can be brought out in a lesson.
You see enrichment of content.
You see enrichment of content. Osmosis, beautiful subject. How plants take their food. The roots, it's very difficult to find a root that is straight. They are always twisted. Why? Because in their search for water, they come across obstacles. Rocks, maybe clay, maybe sand, but they don't stop, they don't give up. You see, they find alternative ways. They are in search of performing their duties. And so when they find the water, they don't keep it to themselves, they share it. So when you're teaching osmosis, you give the scientific explanation. The students will go to the laboratory and prove that osmosis actually takes place. But there are lessons to be learned. So in this way, what is happening is that whereas in the past, the classroom is separate from what happens out there, the Human Values Program brings the classroom and what happens out there together.
Are you having any teacher training program whereby other teachers are getting exposed to this?
Oh yes, of course we do. We do.
You do this in your institute?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
This is part of the work of the institute. We call it the African Institute of Sathya Sai Education. This came about after the All Africa Conference held in April 1999 in Durban, when Brother Indulasha was there, when a resolution was taken that an African institute should be set up in Africa to propagate the message of the human values, to train teachers, to carry out research and develop the program further, And Ndola was chosen because there was already a Sathya Sai school. Because to have a successful institute of this nature, you need a school. You see, the school becomes the child, the institute mothers the school. So that's how it was set up. And we have been running it since 2000 to now, giving diplomas, that is to teachers who come and do the course. It's a part-time study, usually Fridays and Saturdays throughout the year. And at the end of it, of course, they make presentations, because they also take examinations, and we observe them.
Where do these participants come from?
They come from government schools.
All over Zambia?
Not all over Zambia. In our case, in Ndola, because there are many, many schools there in Ndola. But they also come from non-teachers, for example. Oh, yes, devotees, for example. Devotees also take the course. Because there are many devotees who went to school, who went to colleges. And they want to know about this program because it also applies to them. Mothers come to take it because it's also good for them so that they can help their children.
Become better parents?
Yes. The parents too come. It's a universal
So far, how many people have you trained?
Well, I think it's about 350. About 350 teachers.
Is the government taking any notice?
Well, this is the problem. The government takes notice in the sense that they grant us a license because they feel that the program is good. But if by taking notice, we mean that does the government recognize this to be a marketable diploma? The answer is no. The students love the program, the government believes in the program, but the students cannot use the diploma to get jobs. They cannot market it. And this is the problem we're facing right now, throughout the world. And this is why we are changing now as a result of, we have been deliberating at Prasanthi Nilayam over the past few days how to bring about changes. Instead of having short courses, sometimes 3 months, 6 months, why don't we make it 2 years? Or why don't we align ourselves with the mainstream education in the country where we're operating? So there's going to be now a shift from just giving short courses and giving a piece of paper, calling it a diploma, which in itself is good, is valued by the students, but is not recognized by society as large in terms of employment.
I would like to wrap up with one question which is very broad in scope. The question is this: among the continents, Africa has more than its fair share of problems, whether you look at Darfur or Rwanda or whatever it is. There are problems due to historical and other factors. And it has a lot of catching up to do. Of course, there are a lot of well-wishers and so on. But unless it treads along the path of righteousness, its road to prosperity may also be a road to disaster.
Yes.
So is there an awareness that they must go in the proper way towards prosperity rather than adopt attractive shortcuts which can be very, very dangerous?
Yes.
And of course, you and I know about that, but is there a general awareness of that? And if not, how do you create it?
No,
because you need that awareness very desperately.
Yes.
So do we, by the way.
Yes. The general awareness is not there. Look, billions of dollars have been poured into Africa for development.
Is that right?
Oh, yes, over so many years. Over so many years.
Where does it disappear?
Disappear? Well, the roads are there.
Uh-huh.
Africa has better roads than before independence. They have more universities, more schools, more hospitals, better standard of living, that is to say, measured in terms of the goods and service. There are more goods, there are more services in Africa today. So the standard of living is high. But all these things, all these dollars cannot bring prosperity to Africa. I remembered in one of Swami's talks in Mysore, many years ago. He said that it's good for governments to bring all these things, economic development. But they must counter this with something else that will bring about disaster to society, that economic development will not always make a people prosperous and happy. You see. In other words, values must be brought in. Morality, spirituality must be the bulwark of society, must be the rock on which society stands. Now, this general awareness is not there yet in Africa. It's only now through Swami's programs.
Is it because the African culture was eclipsed and destroyed?
Eclipsed and destroyed. They are imitators of Western, what happens in the West. Science and technology, they have been brainwashed, by science and technology.
So you have to go back to your roots.
We have to go back to our roots. And this is what the Sathya Sai Human Values Program is trying to do. Take people back to their roots. We say to them, this is not Baba's program. This is not a program from India. All that Baba is doing is to remind you of the treasure in your society, the treasure that is within you. Make use of it. Make use of these values, you see. And this message is sinking. It's going slowly, but surely. But also, we must remember one thing. Kwegwa Agre, one of the great educationists of African educationists in the 19th century, once said that Africa is moving on the wheel of providence. The wheel of providence, the bicycle wheels. Only few spokes come up at a time, you see. And he predicted that one day the African spoke will come right up at the top. In other words, is this not the theory of evolution where the history of nations, not all nations will come to the top at the same time? There has to be a gradual process. Africa will come to that stage. Probably not now, but the beginning has begun through Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's descent on earth and through his embracing us, and we are so proud of him that the only continent he ever visited was Africa. This is for a very good reason. But you're quite right that unless Africa embraces the human values which are within them, I'm not talking about human values from Prasanthi Nilayam. Human values which are within them, which are in their culture, the road is really very, very hard, and whether prosperity will ever come up or not, it will be very, very doubtful. So the success to African development, really spiritual and moral development, which to me is more important than economic development. Of course, if spiritual and moral development are there, these two, plus economic development, the better. So unless we embrace spiritual and moral development, transformation of ourselves, of our attitudes, curbing our senses, our desires, controlling ourselves, then we will be in trouble, really.
I agree with you, because it is spiritual development alone that will give you contentment. Otherwise, you will be always economically underdeveloped because you have more and more desires.
More and more desires. Because economics says that what? Human desires as what? Insatiable.
Absolutely.
You can't satisfy them. The more you have money, the more you have houses, the more you want, the more you want, the more. But spiritual contentment, really.
Yes, I agree with you. I think we must go from this desire-based economics to contentment-based economics,
yes,
which is what Gandhi was talking about.
That's right.
But I think we can discuss that some other time. But for now, I would like to say, though I was silent, I was all the time inspired by the way you talked, and I was just astonished by the powerhouse of energy. It was all coming out. You were so live, active, and vocal, and full of conviction. I think you need to go out all over the world and talk with this conviction about human value.
This is why Swami has given me back in my life. A month ago, I was helpless. Yes.
Yeah, I saw you come very...
yes, the doctor...
Why don't you tell us, wrap it up by having the last word describing how Swami gave you back your life?
Well, I've not been keeping well, and the doctors out there said that I had a heart attack. They said there are two heart attacks, the violent one, which gives pain, and the silent one, caused by diabetes. So they said I had this silent one, and it could kill you at any time. So they said I should find a cardiac hospital. You see.
Where did they say this? In Africa?
Yeah, in Africa, in Ndola there. Well, we didn't know what to do. They suggested South Africa. Well, South Africa, there are so many, they are commercial doctors, you see. We didn't have the money to go there. So we contacted Kalyan Ray, the chairman of our education committee, who contacted Michael Goldstein. Michael Goldstein contacted Sapphire, and the Sai students, Swami's ex-students, who are now in the world. Many of them knew me. When they heard about this, they organized my transport. It's accompanied by a friend from Ndola to here. And when I arrived here, Swami told the doctor, Sapphire, he said, no surgical operation on him. Give him the best medicine. I'll take care of the rest. Mm-hmm. These were his words, you see. And they did that. I spent 19 days in this beautiful super specialty, air-conditioned critical care unit, CCU. And today I'm very strong. That's why I could speak so strongly. It's Swami's energy.
Well, he wants you as an instrument.
That's right. That's right. And I would love to continue to be an instrument until he thinks that the time is up.
ॐ जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे मातपिता गुरुदैवमु मरियन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मरि अन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्रशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल आरती अंधुको मंगल आरती अंधुको मंदर गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई।